Good morning, everybody. Another episode of the Keep Going podcast, Athletes Shining a Light on Mental Health. Special one. We got some sports media coverage in the building with Jake Thorby today. Jake, before I get to that, got to shout out one of our main partner sponsors, Me Too We LLC. If you need some help, men's group every Sunday, bi-weekly, some months. So ask our guy, Zach Gale. If you need people coming in, spreading the good news, talking to your organization, event, whatever it may be, Me Too We is that partner. So please reach out to our team for further information. But Jake, you're a guy that goes to those meetings, man. Tell me what
Yes,
Me Too
sir.
We has meant to you, man.
Dude, Me Too We is awesome. So I went in, a few of my buddies from school used to go to the meetings, and I was like, I'm gonna try this out. And in all honesty, I initially met Zach. I reached out to him, I was like, hey, do y'all need any media help or media coverage? And he was like, no, we don't, but you could come to the meetings. And so I went, and dude, it has been a huge support for me because I've struggled with my mental health in the past. And it's just been something like it's a huge resource for me. I'll reach out to Zach on an individual basis. And yeah, it's great. If you have time on Sunday mornings, come out to a meeting. They're awesome.
No, I completely agree. And Elk Grove is where the meetings are held, and
Mhm.
Zach does a fantastic job. I know
Oh yeah.
Joe Bush recently spoke there, was one of my teachers in high school. Like everything
Really?
is well connected, yeah, with some very powerful people, with you
Mhm.
included. I know on the
Yeah.
media side, they have Ryan over there that shot events for us in the past too.
Yeah.
I guess I'd ask you right away, like media has been your niche, but when did you know that was something you were passionate about? Like how early on?
Um, so I've been doing it for more or less like 2.5 years. Um, and yeah, at first it was honestly a hobby. It was something that I was like, this is cool. I honestly what really drew me to it, I loved how easy it was to share my work on social media. That's
Yeah.
honestly what drew me to it. Um, and so like I told you before, I used to play hockey, and growing up, my team was Notre Dame hockey, Notre Dame University, and so I had sent out an email to them, and I was like, "Hey, can I do some photos for y'all?" And this was maybe a year and a half into doing photography, and they accepted me, had me out to a few games, and that's really when I like was like, this is my thing. Like this is what I can do, and this is what I will do. And so that was like my click, if you will, and that was my moment of like, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I guess sometimes it takes, not only passion, but someone or something or some organization that believes in you.
Yeah.
When you get that kind of reputation and the credibility for your work, I
Mhm.
think that helps, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
something like Notre Dame or something like even like the Me Too We meetings or whatever else, people making a lot of impact that want you to be a part of it. I guess the next question, you mentioned your mental health earlier.
Mhm.
Was this something that originally helped your mental health, or has this brought on ups and downs throughout the process? Talk about that.
It's it's both for sure. So when I was 10, my dad passed away to cancer.
Sorry for
Um
your loss, bro.
Thank you, thank you. So that brought a lot of like early struggles. Most 10-year-olds were worrying about what color they were going to use to draw. I was worried about helping my mom out and making sure we were good. Um, and so the photography early on, it was purely help. It gave me something to do, gave me something to focus on and work on. And then once I really realized that it was what I was gonna do, and once I actually was like, I'm gonna take this seriously, that's when the tools started to take place. And like it I really noticed like the effects it took on my mental health. And last December I took like a 1 month break from all photography. I only kept doing like few shoots here and there just to keep in the rhythm, but I wasn't posting, I wasn't editing, and I just did that for my mental health. And when I came back from that break, I felt more better than ever, and it was a really nice break. And so yeah, it was a big mix of both.
Yeah, I think that's so big too. just to get, I talk about all the time on podcasts, like it's so big for like kids and young adults like yourself to go out there and try different things and do this
Mhm.
stuff. Because when you started on the media side, it was more of a hobby.
Yeah.
Then you look at it now, you're like, you know what? This could be a career for me. But you
Mhm.
also know when you need some time for yourself and maybe some more of the fun side of this and not the over, stressed, pressing stuff, hitting
Yeah.
deadlines, making sure the shots are good, things like that. What's your
Mhm.
favorite shot ever, man? You got one?
Yeah, I do. I think you might like this one because it's a baseball shot.
Ah, it's easy
So
money, man. Feed to the
yeah,
audience.
yeah.
Good.
So this summer I was working in Lake Geneva at a youth camp. I was their photographer for the summer, and
Awesome, by the way. Yeah, go ahead.
I had a day off on a Tuesday, and the Milwaukee Brewers were like only like an hour drive away. So I was like,
Yep.
you know what? I'm gonna go bring my camera because they're one of the only camera friendly stadiums in the MLB.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay.
Um, and so just so happened the Dodgers were playing in Milwaukee that day. You had Clayton Kershaw starting and
Yeah.
then Jacob Mizorowski. Um, and I went, and of course, Shohei Ohtani is their first hitter. And I was standing on the side when I do baseball. I like to shoot where the player's facing me. Shohei's a lefty, so I was like, I gotta eventually make my way over because the rest of the lineup was
Right.
most righties. And so about like second pitch, it was like a pretty calm at bat. Nothing crazy was happening. I was like, I think I'm gonna get over there. But I was like, I'm gonna wait one more pitch. Third pitch of the game, Shohei hits a line drive out of the park, and
Yep.
I got the picture. And so I have a
No,
picture of the
amazing.
ball leaving his bat. And so that is definitely my favorite shot right there.
I love it, man. I'm a big Otani guy.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy when you have that intuition, right? And that gut feeling to be like,
Oh
just wait
yeah.
around a little bit more because you could have swung around to the torso shot, which you've probably
Mhm.
been trained to do. But I think there's a big instinct in that.
Oh yeah.
No, fantastic, dude. All right. So we touched on that already. I mean, career aspirations, like what is your ultimate goal in this? If I'm someone out there, keep in mind our audience
Mhm.
is all parents, coaches, and players. If
Yeah.
I'm somebody at an organization travel ball, college, and I want a media guy like yourself. Like, what is your ultimate goal? Give me your pitch. Why they should pick you, man.
Yeah. So I just started Rutabaga Photography. That's
Congratulations on the branding, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And so our mission statement is that we're more than photographers. We're someone that's part of your journey and that captures it. Um, and so that we're more than photographers. That's the important thing right there. Cause I feel like a lot of photographers have just shown up, taken the photos, and left. We're there, we're on this journey with you. So I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna be hyped with you, and I'm gonna take the photos. I'm gonna make sure we have amazing communication, and I'm just gonna be there for the whole time. All right. So that's why Rutabaga Photography should be your pick.
I love it, man. And Kate Gavin has been on our podcast, and
Mhm.
Kate Gavin was a former soccer player at Benedictine. She's actually our wedding photographer. I get married next Friday.
Oh,
Um,
whoa,
yeah,
congrats.
very quick turnaround, dude. So I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Why I bring that up is Kate is our photographer.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is Kate's first wedding she's ever done.
Yeah.
And that comes with some stress, right? For her.
100%. Yeah.
But her communication and just the person she is, it doesn't really like her shots are amazing. Like she's
Mhm.
great. But
Mhm.
it's the person, how she communicates and the love that she brings. I think you buy that over the shot because a lot of people can get
Yes.
good shots, but people that can make it a great day, I think that's your selling point, man. All
Mhm.
right, let's get a little bit deeper, man. Obviously, the preface of our podcast is that KG moment, is that keep going, moment per se. What's your keep going moment, man? Something that knocked you down that you got through, and now we're here on this podcast.
Yeah, so my keep going moment, I already mentioned it a little bit earlier. Last December I took a huge break. Um, and I honestly wasn't sure what the future looked like for photography for me. I wasn't sure if that break was it or if that was like I was gonna keep going, you know. And so I didn't set a deadline for myself of okay, I'm gonna take only these 4 weeks. I was like, whenever I feel fresh, when I feel ready. And so I took that break and that was my keep going moment. I realized like this is what I love, and I need to make a better habit out of it and maintain it better and just schedule myself way better.
No, absolutely. And I think it's a good lesson for kids and
Yeah,
young
dude.
adults, man. Like it's okay to take a step back. And Dave
Mhm.
is a big part of that. Like on our socials, like take a deep breath, understand it's gonna get better in due time. I think a lot of people, especially in 2025, they want everything right now. They
Yeah.
want it. Hey, I've worked hard enough for this. I want it right now. That's not how life is.
Mhm.
There's gonna be peaks and valleys and plateaus, and there's gonna be highs and lows in
100%.
between.
Yeah.
And that's okay. So just try to get that message out today. Like you got a guy like you, Jake, that's young in this career. You're chasing it every day, but it's okay to take that step back. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
David Mitchell, just on top of the mailbag, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. What's going on today, Jake?
What up?
My first question is when you do go through that hard time, how do you check in with yourself? Taking a break is a huge part of it, I think, but is there anything else that you do to check in with yourself to make sure that, that you are doing okay?
Yeah. I definitely do have those moments. There's honestly nothing specific I do, but I definitely do like make sure I'm like, all right, I feel good. There's been times like on a specific shoot where I've not been confident in those photos that I took. I noticed that those aren't my 100% best photos. And I've offered a refund, still given the photos, and I've said, all right, I'll do these photos again for you. And so honestly, a lot of times it's not how it is how I feel, but my feelings affect the photos a lot. So making sure that I can make up for the quality I did and making sure I feel the best about those photos and just life in general and my mental health.
There's a lot about you, man. Mhm.
Yeah, that's huge. Um, my second question is, what are you going to do this week for your mental health? Is there anything you do? Exercise, read, get outside? What do you like to do for your mental health?
I go to church. So today I'm going to church and every day I read my Bible and I pray and I just ask God to just help take that load off of me and just walk with me. And yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, part B of that, and this is just jumping back into it. When you had, that tragedy early on,
Mhm.
was that something that you leaned on early on as a kid, or is that a newfound thing in the last couple of years?
Yeah, so when my dad passed, it was very mixed feelings because I've been involved in the church from a very young age. My mom used to work in the church in like the preschool like daycare center, and
Yeah.
so I would go there, involved very early. And it was definitely I didn't understand the Bible and a lot of that very well when I was 10. And so at first it was like, well, if God does no bad, why did he take my dad? If he does no evil, why did this happen? And then it was slowly realizing that that was the only way my dad could be at peace was by taking him because a lot of evil has dripped into this world. And so um but no, the church is definitely it was always like a mixed feelings about it, but now I'm really like once I've realized the true meaning of the Bible, I've really been better with it.
Yeah, man. We're obviously men of faith on the
Yes, sir.
podcast. That was beautifully said. And just understanding that calm that you feel with
Mhm.
that decision. Man, that's strong stuff. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, we talk about faith a lot on this podcast. And I think it's important to have something to rely on. For me, it's my faith as well. For Patrick, I think it's your faith as well.
Absolutely.
Um, if anyone is out there that is going through that hard time, I would recommend leaning into something,
Mhm.
maybe in the spiritual world to connect to give you some peace. Yeah, I like that piece a lot. My last question is how has your view on mental health changed over your career?
Yeah. At first, I honestly viewed it as like something that was very negative, which it is. Mental health can be a pretty negative thing at times, but I viewed every piece of negative health as a bad thing. Sorry, mental health is a bad thing. Um, and slowly as I've aged and matured and just grown in this journey, I've realized that it's a good and a bad thing, because when I'm feeling those big feelings, it's honestly a way for me to step back and realize, okay, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. How are those affecting my mental health and making me feel these feelings right now? And so, yeah, mental health can be a pretty bad thing at times, but it also can be a great reminder to say, all right, I need to step back and take care of myself rather than my business or my career.
I love that advice. Yeah, for sure. You got to be able to take care of yourself
Mhm.
first and foremost. P, what you got? Are you still with us?
I think you glitched out or
I
something.
think he glitched out or something. Yeah. That's all I got for today. Is there anything else that you would like to say to our audience that we may have missed?
Um, my one little piece of advice that it's almost like a mantra that I live by and I work by um is a no is better than a yes,
Mm,
because a yes is just success right there. And to me, I love being told no because I view it as I'm one step closer to my yes. And also, I view every no as a way to grow and a way to learn and to reflect. I did X, Y, and Z. Well, what can I do better next time? How can I get that yes next time?
yeah, that's powerful. Um, Yeah, I didn't think about it like that, but yeah, when you do think about that and take no as that, that can change your life,
Mhm.
for sure. Well, thank you, Jake, for coming on today.
Yeah, I
Um,
appreciate it.
yeah, your light shines on other people a lot, and thank you for
Mhm.
sharing your story today.
Yeah, dude, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Always keep going.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
See ya.